guys, welcome back to the shop. As I'm continuing to gear up, literally, tool up for a run of small axes here, hopefully by the end of this month, one of the things that I really need to work on is not only some drifts, which will be an upcoming video, hopefully this week, but also something to address the bottom profile of the axe in conjunction with the top. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So I took a tracing of, it's actually a combination of two different axe heads, because one had the appropriate profile here and the other one was good here. So I kind of made this template based on what I want my 2-pound small axe heads to look like. And of course I've gone ahead and cut this out, but what we actually need to build today is this thing right here, whatever you want to call that. I got to cut this line out. This profile right here we have to build out of steel, something that I can set these heads down into and hammer along this top area here and create that specific dimension. And what I've been finding in forging the axe heads is that I tend to have a lot of extra material or some amount of extra material sitting up here that needs to go this direction, you know. And so this is really going to help. The girls are out riding bikes and making a racket, but alright, that's okay. Alright, so while you could use a solid bar of, 2-inch stock or whatever, 1.5 inch, I'm going to go ahead and use this because it's what I have, and we've got 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch steel, mild steel stock. And so we're going to go ahead and forge this into the profile of this and have a bottom to it and add some gussets and stuff like that for stability. Let's throw this in the forge. Alright, well that took so long I probably could have ground this whole thing out of a solid piece of stock, but that's okay. We have something that's fairly close and some nasty cracks right there from bending it and stuff, but it'll all be okay. What I need to do now is establish a flat surface and put this on a base, and then we can begin to form supports for it, and then finally we will clean this shape up closer to our template. It's pretty close as it is, but make it nice and clean. Oh, it's going. This jig is taking a long time because I didn't do it very good way, but then. Okay guys, we're all gusseted up here so that we aren't going to have any deformation of our die or whatever you want to call it here. Got our little hardy hole thing, which I might end up adding just a tab here or something, with a tab with some ears or something that'll just lock it right down here on the sides. I think I'm going to do that. But the next thing we'll do here is clean this up and get that perfect. And you guys are probably wondering or thinking to yourselves, ah, you should have made a pattern that you could fit this to instead of make this actual side of the pattern, if you know what I mean. That's what I should have done. So we'll do the best we can here and match it up, and I think we'll get it real close, so I'm not worried about it. Alright guys, well there you have it. This was quite a bit more of a challenge than I thought it was going to be. This is my first go at making a piece of tooling like this, so it was definitely a learning process. I am confident that it's going to work. The exact dimensions here and everything, they should work for what we're trying to do. If anything, they're a little bigger as far as some of the radius here. The only thing I'm not 100% sure about is this area back here, and if nothing else, I can reshape that. First of all, bending this, that was the biggest challenge, getting that into the radius there with just freehand on the anvil with a hammer. Not an easy thing to do, at least for me. So, one thing that was good is having 1/2-inch stock, giving you plenty of material to grind off to get to your desired dimensions and radius at the end product here. So that was good. And then, using a piece of solid stock would probably be easier than what I did actually, in all actuality, but I didn't have that, so is what it is. And if you don't have a press or some heavy kind of forging equipment to do, forge out that kind of thing, then maybe this is the way to go, or maybe just grinding the whole thing, quite honestly, or cutting, cutting with a bandsaw, grinding, whatever. There's different ways to do it. I will say that aside from the difficulties we ran into, this whole deal is kind of canted this way, as you can see when the axe head is on there. This flattish edge back here, or surface back here where the pole is, should be lower than this radius here, and it's not actually, which actually puts this whole thing tilted. So I couldn't actually use it on the power hammer, or excuse me, the press, if I wanted to, because it's not level, but that wasn't a concern of mine. So just having this to where I can put that axe head on there and hammer on it and just get this bottom profile fixed, and then of course take care of material that's up here that needs to go somewhere else. So it's just going to make things a lot easier in that department. So I'm excited. If nothing else, I can go ahead and grind this down some more. So I kind of left it. I think it'll be okay. I'm not 100% sure though. So we're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to put some steel in there and hammer it in. So that will be for another video, and I'm excited. I'm as excited as you guys are to see how it's gonna work. But like I said, maybe with some minor adjustments, but I think it's gonna be just fine. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. We're getting closer as always, and we will see you on the next video.